Right.
Okay. Trinity, this is the best flight you have?
Unfortunately. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
Trinity, you're 23,
Yes,
right? Okay.
ma'am.
Where you calling me from, honey?
Boston.
Boston. What do you do for a living, boo?
I work at a pharmaceutical company and facilities management.
Pharmaceutical.
Hmm.
Pharmaceutical company. You have any children?
No children.
No kids. And what's your zodiac sign?
Capricorn.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Trinity, you look very pretty. Trinity,
Thank you.
23, Capricorn, Boston, Massachusetts, pharmaceutical sales,
Uh, facilities management.
facilities management,
Hmm.
and no kids. All right. What kind of man you looking for, boo?
Um, so obviously I'm young, so I'm still learning about what I want. But as of right now, in this point in my life, someone who actually wants to take the time to know me, other than, the usual, just trying to get straight to the point. And yeah, someone who's aligned with themselves, with God, and respectful, family oriented. And yeah,
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
I think my deal breakers would be someone who is not, I would say, attentive in the way where, like, for instance, let's say I'm going inside my house and I have a ton of groceries, and it's just like, oh, let me hold the door for you, or like, let me grab the groceries and help you out. Attentive in that way. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, a gentleman.
Right, right.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I have some more, but I'm just nervous, so I'm blanking.
That's okay. Make sure you keep the phone down. Stop playing with
Okay.
your hair, girl. You look fine.
Okay. No, sorry. I'm looking at your hair. I'm like, hold on, let me lay mine down real quick.
Girl, my hair's a wig. Your hair is real. Stop it. My wigs don't move, child. I could be in a whole tornado and my wig gonna be.
That's some good lace glue then. You gonna
um,
have to drop the link for that one.
that's funny. When does the guy have to look a certain way?
No. I think as long as like our connection is good, like we'll just be attracted to each other,
Okay.
based off like our vibe, I feel like.
Okay.
But
Um,
I would prefer him a little taller than me. Sorry to interrupt. And
okay.
I'm 5'5", so.
You're 5'5". Okay. Could he have kids already?
Yes, but it depends on the situation. I think being involved and respectful of your child's mother is important. Like, I can't date someone with a child and they like bash the child of their mother. Yes. So that's something I'm just like, I just don't do, you know? Because it's like, if
Okay.
you can do that to her and you guys share a human together, then you can do worse with me. So.
Okay. Okay. Does he
Mhm.
have to make a certain amount of money?
Um, no, I feel like he just has to have more than just potential. So like he needs to be invested in himself, and it needs to be, evident that like, hey, I'm not where I want to be right now, but like I'm gonna get there. And like every day he's proven that.
What's the age range you want to date? You're 23.
I would stop at like 29, 30.
I was gonna say, not super old, but I think you should go a little older because you seem very mature, and it seems like you want something very serious. And I'm not saying you can't meet a 23-year-old man that's not serious, but men do mature
A little
later
later.
than women.
Yeah.
So I think a good 26, 27 might be something for you somewhere around there. But let's go. Let's do
Okay,
the
that's
Kendra
making sense.
can.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, here's the deal. In doing this, I'm just gonna call it what it is. Men tend to like younger women. It's just what it is.
Hmm.
So if I had to give, of course you could date somebody your age and make it happen. But
Right.
for the overall thing that I hear the most is men usually like someone younger. Now, ladies, don't be offended by that because there's always somebody older than you. So
Right.
whatever your age is, focus on somebody 3 or 4 years older.
Right.
They might tend to do the things that you desire more. So don't be offended if a man's your age doesn't want to date you. Think about the man that's 3 or 4 years older than you. But let's do the Kendra can.
Okay. Can I get a second? Just because
Yes, go
I
ahead.
have.
Go,
Okay, thank you.
put some clothes on, child.
I had to take my chance while I had it, girl. I'm like, this is once in a lifetime. Okay, sorry. Okay, let me just get some better lighting.
Someone said I watched the show in the shower at times.
I just came from the gym.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Oh, Crystal said, hurry up. You cut into their minutes.
I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, I'm get my things together.
Okay. Ah, you look cute. You look good.
Thank you.
I know, listen, I know we had off to a crazy start because you was getting it together. But I
Yeah.
like you, Trinity. I feel like you have
Thank you.
a good head on your shoulder. So when was your last relationship?
Like a year and a half ago.
Okay, you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Um, so I feel like people are not gonna believe me, but it's okay because I'm not here for that. So last December, last December. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so almost a year. What are 3 flaws you have to work on?
In a relationship or just overall?
I say this is a relationship show, so it's supposed to be answered in
Relationship.
that way, but you can
Okay.
answer it either way.
Well, personally, I would say consistency. And then like relationship wise, I would say patience. I think I do have this, and I don't know if people go by signs heavily here, but as a Capricorn, we can be a little controlling. And sometimes, I try to control my situation a little more than I know I can, which causes impatience for me and just like, my partner, obviously. And then if it don't go my way, sometimes I get a little attitude. And I've been working on that. Even trying to demonstrate that like with my friends too, just trying to be more patient. But that's definitely a big one. And I think learning how to communicate in the way where like if I'm wrong, I can still hear like the other without being biased of my own. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I know that was like 2, but I'm still figuring out the third, I guess.
Okay, and why would you date a guy with kids?
Yes, but it's situational, so it just depends on, what the status of that is.
Okay. So what's your ethnicity, Trinity?
I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican.
Okay. Do you have an ethnicity preference in your dating?
No, I think my history has always been just like Black men,
Okay.
but I don't have a preference because I haven't really tried anything outside of that really. So, I mean, the options are limitless, I guess.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I think he would be lucky to be with me because, other than just like beauty and stuff like that, I like to nurture who I'm with. I try my best to be family oriented and, just being like attentive to my man. Like I pay attention to the little things. So if you tell me 2 months ago that this is like your favorite snack or candy, if you had a bad day at work, 2 months later, I'm coming to your job with, that thing that you said cheers you up even on your worst day. So it's stuff like that. Yeah. I'm not too boastful, so I can't really, create a list, but yeah.
Say it again.
No, that was it. That was it.
That was it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Trinity 23, Capricorn, Boston, pharmaceutical facility manager, no children. I'm assuming you want kids?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
I think you do, Trinity. I do. I think you have a lot going for you. I think continue to be selective. with your time. You are a pretty girl, so definitely get to know men before you sleep with them, because I think
Right.
some men bring your, like, we'll just want to, there's some men that want to have sex, there's some men that want to have relationships. And I think all men come to you first with sex in mind, like, because they have to be sexually attracted to you. Listen, I know
Right.
a lot of people didn't like the Steve Harvey book, but the Steve Harvey book was really good. Like, it was a lot of stuff my daddy taught me. And I think that you should be aware, like, when a man comes to you, he is sexually attractive. Now it's up to you to educate him if you're the person that he could just sleep with and have fun with, or if you're a person, if he wants to get to know further, has to be more serious with. But you set the tone. A man will come to you with his intentions, and that's fine, but the woman sets the tone. So always remember that, ladies. So with that being said, always continue to set the tone. Trinity, how could the guy reach out to you?
Um, through my Instagram DM, Trinity.Levine.
Okay, Trinity.Levine. Trinity.Levine. All right, but will you keep me posted how it
Thank you.
goes?
I will. Can I ask one question if that's okay?
Sure.
Like you mentioned about like setting the tone as a woman. Obviously, like you mentioned, sometimes being a little more mature and looking for something a little bit more serious at my age, it will be kind of harder to find someone that's kind of like on that level looking for the same thing. How do you suggest I go about, like, I guess, dissecting the two, like who's serious and who's not? Because obviously, like, there's the real upfront ones that just like, oh, meet me at my house, or can I meet you at your house? But then there's ones that are like, you could never really tell. It's like hot and cold. So do you have any advice for me
I
with
do.
that?
Okay, first things first. Men are way more simpler than women, right? So if a guy likes you, you're gonna know. It's just that simple.
Mm-hmm.
He's calling you, he's trying to see you, he's making time for you. You
Mm-hmm.
know his family, you're meeting people, his friends know you. That's just what it is. I think a lot of times women are, they make it complicated, but no, the answer that you probably don't want to accept is, and it's gonna sound, it's already been said, there's a movie called,
You don't
but
like
it's called He's Just Not That Into You, right?
Right, right.
Second is time. A lot of things can only be showcased in time. I think all men can act for a while, but eventually the cloth of who you are, your true colors will come out. So you have to be patient with time. Now, with that being said, I know women want to date and they want action and they want it now. But here's the deal. Yeah, let's just talk about a wife for a second. If a wife is your goal, that means there's one man that you're really looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that one man could come at any moment in time in life. He might not come at 23. He might come at 33. Who knows, right? If a wife is your goal. So then you have to decide what you are willing to negotiate if you're not being accepted as a wife. Only you could do that. But I really think time is the biggest revealer. You will learn things in time and patience. And I will say this, most men don't come to you perfect. Now, I don't believe you should work through anything, right? If a guy is
Mm-hmm.
yelling at you, cussing you, beating your ass, you leave immediately. But there's some men who just need time to become the man you desire. He might not come, he might not show up on the first day like that.
Right.
Um, but I'm not going to give you a 90-day rule, but set your own rule when it comes to sex. Okay. I think it's perfectly fine to have a relationship rule for sex. And that is, some people have a sex deal breaker for marriage. And that's fine if you want to go that route. But lower than that is the relationship rule. The reason why I think you should be in a relationship, because what happens is when you have sex without a relationship, you really cannot say anything. You really don't have any bargaining chips when you get mad, because sometimes women catch feelings after sex, right?
Right.
And sometimes the opposite happens for men. After sex, they really don't have feelings that much anymore. So what happens is now you agreed to have sex without a relationship. So your feelings that you have are valid because they're real, but that wasn't the agreement you signed up to with this man. So
Right.
what he will say to you is, well, we weren't in a relationship, or you're not my girl, which is a fact. But your feelings are still there, right? So your
Right.
feelings have said, you know what, I probably shouldn't have sex, because listen, you guys, I'm talking to y'all from a track record. You know, after I was once engaged, and then I started getting in situationships. And I remember in one particular case, I was in a situationship, which means I wasn't his girlfriend. We were intimate, and I was really upset when I heard he was dating somebody else. And he said to me, "Well, we're not in a relationship." And I had to own that because he really was not in a relationship.
Damn, but
But what it
that's
taught,
things.
yeah, but it taught me,
So
okay, I
true.
don't need to have sex with nobody I can't be in a relationship with. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why I really like that rule is you're gonna learn the difference because there's a lot of men that will have sex with you. It's not a lot of men that will be in a relationship with you.
Mm-hmm.
And women have made it so easy for men to have sex. A lot of men are just straight up honest with you. They'll
Right.
tell you, I don't want a relationship. That is not my goal. If that is what it is, you keep that shit moving.
Right.
Don't waste your time on nobody that don't want what you want. So that's why I say, ladies, you set the tone. A lot of men will try to play games, but if you're a woman you can't be played games with, the rest is history.
Wow. Okay.
And
Thank you
don't be,
so much.
here's the deal. I gotta say this. I can't give anybody advice without God. God is my center. I think a lot of times women are afraid. So here's the deal. Don't sleep with a man because you're afraid to lose him. Let me tell you something. Fear is not of God. If you can lose a man, then let him be lost. Don't worry about it. Let him be lost. Be confident enough in yourself that he wasn't the person that he was supposed to. If you are a good somebody, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, if you're not a good somebody, then maybe you was the reason why you lost that man. But if you really are a person, I think you have a lot of great qualities, Trinity. You're pretty, you're 23, got a good head on your shoulders, you don't have any kids, you're not bringing any package, you're not bringing any baggage to anyone's life. You seem very mature. You have a lot of great attributes. So if a man loses you, you should know that, okay, he couldn't rise to the occasion. And that's fine. Go with something less than. I'm not going to be upset that you couldn't rise to the occasion. Actually, I should thank you for keeping it moving. So now the man that belongs in my life can enter. Yep. Do not be afraid. A lot of women are doing a lot of things out of fear. And what you're going to learn, though, ladies, too, when you're doing things out of fear, you're still not going to be happy because the truth is it's always going to come around, right? So don't sleep with a man. Don't stay with a man. Don't not say nothing, all because of fear. You got to be your authentic self, and you got to trust God. I can't give nobody advice. If you don't believe in God, I really can't help you because that's my center, and that's what I go for. And I just say, I feel like I'm not a perfect person, but I'm not a bad person. And if a person treats me wrong, that was God's way of saying they didn't deserve to be in your life. And I will wish them a very happy life without
me. Amen.
Okay, but you're good, girl. You're good. You keep me posted how it goes.
I will. Have a great night. Thanks, Kendra. Bye.
Bye. Trust me, I sit here at 44 via life experiences. And I've just learned so much in my dating history. And the thing I learned, the most is that I really feel like this, because ladies say you're the prize. I believe ladies are the prize. I don't believe that ladies act like the prize. I believe that that's why men, if you're chasing a man, you're not a prize. Because a prize don't chase nothing. A prize, think about when you go to a carnival, right? The prize, you're trying to earn the prize. You're trying to win the prize. The prize is just sitting there being pretty. That stuffed teddy animal is just sitting there smiling, and you throwing and you trying to do all you can to get that teddy bear, because the teddy bear is the prize. Now, if you don't make the right shots, guess what? You don't get the teddy bear. The teddy bear don't start crying over you, saying, why ain't you do this? The teddy bear ain't saying, the teddy bear gonna sit there. And so the person who makes the right shots comes along. The fuck? Now when y'all be crying over men and you ain't the prize. Because the prize will say, well, I guess you don't want the best. Keep it going. You can find another vagina, you can find another me, and that's what you not want, then I get that too. Next.